Hey, this is Pastor Randy with one of our elders here, Matt Didamore, and it's good to see everyone here at the Living Way Community Church family. We let you know on our last broadcast that we would be giving you an update as far as everybody's anticipation of being able to gather together. I know that there's been a lot of further news that went out this week, so we're here just to kind of clarify and follow up what we had mentioned on Sunday. As far as where we're at, not a lot of things have drastically changed, so I would refer you back to Sunday's this past weekend service to get some of the particular pieces of information as we move forward. But we feel very comfortable in looking at the guidelines and all that's been put out by the governor and by our local Placer County officials, that we are good to go. We understand looking at the CDC guidelines, and of course one of the things we would reference and make you aware of is this packet of information that we have looked at and read and digested and gone through. And that's basically from the California Department of Public Health, and that's the COVID-19 industry guidance regarding places of worship and providers of religious services and cultural ceremonies. And so as we've gone through those guidelines, much of the guidelines that are here are important for those that are basically leading these institutions and those who are volunteers as far as staff. And so much of the guidelines that are here refer directly to them and the training that must take place regarding their responsibilities at their particular locations. With the guidelines that were put out and the adjustments that the governor has recently made, allowing congregations to meet with 25% of their capacity, the building capacity, or 100 congregate members, whichever is less. We fit into that category on both ends. Now, having said that, we just make you aware of that so that you know that what we will be doing starting this coming weekend, which is May 31st, we will be able to gather together and be in full compliance with all of the regulations to date. Now, having said that, we are fully aware that there are other churches our size and maybe similar that will be also trying to meet, making adjustments as they need to. There are other fellowships, of course, that are larger and they have different challenges. And of course, they may not be able to meet in full status as they typically would. So they're going to have a little longer drawn out staged event as they begin this process of regathering. But it would be important to let you know that in the most recent news as of today, and today being Wednesday.
Yes.
Today is Wednesday. That the Placer County Board of Supervisors has voted together and agreed unanimously and submitted to Governor Newsom a request because of all the data and all the improvements that they see in Placer County. They are actually submitting a request to go ahead and begin moving into stage 3. Now, once again, that has not been approved or reviewed, but that just gives you some idea of kind of the atmosphere of what's going on in our particular region, which is very good news indeed. So I think that kind of just addresses the issue with us gathering together, once again with all the social distancing and the guidelines and all the practicalities that we gave you in Sunday's address. Again, just remind you to look at those and see what's there. So all that we will be doing will be in compliance with the necessary guidelines in a general sense, and now specifically for our site here at the church, Matt has been working diligently as far as putting things together that we will also post on the website. So I'm going to let him talk to you for a few minutes and kind of update you on those items, and then we'll just kind of process from there. So glad you could be with us, and hopefully you're excited about all this as we are, but we do it with some sense of care and caution and a great sense of concern for everybody involved. So, Matthew.
So as Pastor Andy was saying, this really, we will make this available. You'll be able to download this if you should so choose. It's about 14 pages long, and you can read through it. But a lot of it really is about us, like he was saying, cleaning the site, making sure we have hand sanitizers, and we're not double using mics and music stands, and we're not passing offering around, room capacity, making sure that play areas where kids would play are closed off, and we're minimizing physical contact as much as possible. No coffee. You will have to bring your own coffee. Sorry about that. No snacks or anything like that. So that's really what is all in that. And so what we did is we kind of took that, and this is something that you will see now. This is This will be posted on the front doors of the church. This will be all over the church, really. You'll be able to download this. In fact, you can download this as you're watching this video. You'll be able to download this right on the website. And this has the specifics, just the COVID-19 gathering guidelines for us. And I just wanted to kind of go through these real quick. Again, these will all be on the website. Number one, if you are sick or suspect that you are getting sick, please refrain from joining our corporate times of worship. This just kind of common sense. Again, if you're getting sick, stay home. Be blessed. Number two, sit with your family unit. Maintain proper physical distancing inside as well as outside of the building after the service. Just make sure we want to be in compliance with what the governor and the CDC has recommended and put out for us. If you have small children, please keep them near you to maintain proper physical distancing of other families. There will be no children's classes or staffed nursery. The nursery will be self-serve and available only for parents with children less than 2 years old. I'm looking over here now and you can't see it, but all of the toys have been drug out and I know they've been outside today and being washed and disinfected, and basically everything's being cleaned. Next one, PPE, face masks, face coverings are permitted and encouraged if you so desire per the CDC guidelines. The next one, only one person is permitted inside the restrooms at a time, and we'll have either our door greeters or somebody there being able to kind of help maintain that. My recommendation would be go before you come, if at all possible. Please wash your hands as needed. Take advantage of the sanitizer stations that are throughout the building. Cover your nose and mouth when you cough or sneeze, and throw the tissue in the trash. Wash your hands. There's always Kleenexes on the pews, but we've got a lot more out now, and those are for you to be able to use those. Avoid touching your nose, eyes, and mouth. Again, this is just kind of common sense, but we wanted to put it on here because we're endeavoring to be in as much. We want to be in compliance with what the governor has laid out. This one, consider bringing your own water bottle if necessary, as there will be no coffee, water, or refreshments available. That includes just everything. So none of that is available. And then the last one, possibly the most important one, it says, be aware, be kind, be sensitive, and be loving to one another. So those are kind of the guidelines that, as they apply to us, as we're getting together and meeting. I did want to mention one other thing. Because the governor said we can open, that may or may not mean that everybody's comfortable. That's a separate issue. And if you are not, again, I don't want to throw down on you or make you feel bad in the slightest bit. On the contrary, I want you to be blessed. I want you to be confident, trusting in God, being able to come or stay home and continue worshiping with your family. Now, regarding our services online, in the past, during this quarantine, we have recorded these services on Friday nights and Saturday nights and taken 2 nights to edit that stuff and get that all together. That has been a 5-6 hour labor of love every weekend in order to get that up on the internet and get it up by Sunday morning. We currently do not have the capabilities to be able to simulcast our service. We're working at that. As I mentioned on Sunday, one of the things in upgrading the website that we're doing, some of the foundational framework of that website will allow some of those things like simulcasting to be able to be handled a lot better, which is one of the, in my heart, I'm thinking, this could be a good thing, but we're just not quite there yet. So we are going to do everything we can to get the services up as quickly as we can. This first one, I'm fairly confident that we'll be able to get it up. It will not be up Sunday morning because obviously we'll be having the church Sunday morning, and then there's going to be several hours of love with me and a computer being able to get all of that edited and get that up on the website. for those of you who would choose to stay home. So fingers crossed. Say a prayer for me. I will endeavor to have that up as quickly as I can. Most likely, especially for this first one, it will be sometime Sunday evening. But as you know, as we get more into it, hopefully we can figure out ways to streamline that, make it better, make the quality of it better, something we can be proud of. But that is all coming. But it won't. It may or may not be here this Sunday. So just want you to be aware of that. So.
Good. Having said that, I think that kind of completes our update. So we just want you to be blessed. Once again, we're looking forward to seeing everybody. If you are comfortable in being able to come, we're going to do everything we can to make the service comfortable for you. Refer you back to last weekend's broadcast again to get some of the guidelines of what will be going on. When you come, you'll see a lot of these posters up. You may wonder why they're up, because they need to be up by guidelines. And so we will have them posted in prominent places throughout the building, and we'll go at it from there. So, in the will of the Lord, Deo Volente, we'll trust that the Lord's will be done, and we will see you all soon. And we commend you to the grace of God until then, and we're looking forward to being able to see everybody. May not be able to hug and shake everybody's hands, but being together is very, very important. And talking to a few people this week, I know one of the things that is crying out for everybody, from everybody's heart, is the great joy of not only being together, but being able to worship together. And I think everybody is greatly desirous of being able to do that, having been nearly 10 or 12 weeks without the freedom to do so. So we look forward to seeing everybody soon. God bless.